This is Northeast Michigan's best news source. You're waking up to WBKB Early Morning, your first look at news, weather, and sports. This is Early Morning.
After a recent Alpena Township meeting, the unified water system is looking like it's coming to stalemate. Plus, the Downtown Development Authority is currently in Lansing for a big presentation. And Michigan legislators have come up with a different solution to make up snow days. Good morning, thanks for joining us. I'm Ashley Reed. For a first look at weather, let's check in with meteorologist Adam Claiborne.
Well, good hump day morning to you, Ashley, and to all of you out there. Temperatures, they are on the chilly side, but not too cold. 15 degrees, seeing mostly cloudy conditions. North winds are at 6 miles per hour. This system is starting to make its way through. We can see that the snow a little off farther to our south. Should see some snow showers, some very light snow showers and flurries down here closer to Tawas City, and even as you head over towards Rose City. But everything is pushing off to the east, and once this system does make its way east of us, well, we'll be expecting that cool air to start to drag back down, and we'll see highs that will be back down in the middle teens by tomorrow. Today, the upper teens. For us in Alpena, 19 degrees for afternoon high, seeing temps dropping back off in the single digits tonight, and we could see some more snow flurries with that. Not going to be expecting much, though. And later on during the week, we'll see our highs push back in the 20s by the weekend. That's when we'll be expecting another system, and that will be our next chance of accumulating snowfall on Sunday.
Thanks, Adam. Well, Alpena Township had a full house Monday night as residents poured in to give their opinions on the possible joint water and sewer system between the city and the town. Mayor Matt Walagora and Dawn Gilmet from the city of Alpena were also among the crowd to hear township residents' concerns. The majority of residents spoke out against the joining of systems with concerns that they would be taking on the debts of the city. The township board agreed that as of now they will not be moving ahead with the project.
Clerk did speak last night and said that maybe what should happen is that the city should pay off all their debt and then come and talk to us. But we have decided as board that we would look at, are there any other alternatives out there for us, and how can we make that work for us?
The township will be exploring other options, according to Twite. They will listen to a presentation at the end of February on a top-of-the-line water and sewer system. Alpena City Mayor Matt Walagora spoke to WBKB and said that despite this setback, he is still hoping to figure out something for a unified system. He feels that in the long run, this will really benefit both parties.
Basically, our proposal was very simple for a simple problem. That's not really a problem. It's just it's a solution. It's something to move into the future. Would be to treat every user as the same. Ours was a bigger concept and a longer, decades and centuries down the road concept to just make it one complete system that everybody partners with and is part of the same system rather than the system we have right now.
In the paperwork presented to Twite, she says she was unhappy with the 62% increase that they will see if they choose not to go forward with the unified system. But Mayor Matt Walagora says this is not supposed to be taken as a threat. However, it is necessary to keep rates appropriate between the two. Walagora also says he hopes that the township and city can still find some common ground on the issue to figure out a resolution. The Downtown Development Authority met yesterday afternoon to discuss a lot of exciting topics, including their much-anticipated presentation today down in Lansing. 12 Downtown Development members headed down to Lansing around 6 o'clock this morning to meet State Representative Peter Patalia at the Capitol building. Representative Patalia will take them along for a tour before they head out to Mijda Quarters to give their 1-hour-long presentation and prove why downtown Alpena should be upgraded to a Main Street Select member.
So our fingers are crossed, we're hopeful, and we've got just a fantastic community, so it would be a great thing.
Dort says that during their presentation they want to capture the entire feel of the community and all of those who worked hard to put everything together. 8 members will each contribute 5 minutes to the presentation with their own personality and edge. If selected, this will bring free programs and training to the Committee for Downtown Alpena and help them to develop the downtown area. But either way, Dort says this will be very positive for Alpena. With school districts across the state being forced to cancel classes this winter due to the weather, Michigan legislators have come up with a different solution to make up excessive snow days. State law allows school districts 6 snow days per year, but with many counties inching close or exceeding that number already and an additional 6 weeks of winter to go, lawmakers are proposing a new way for students to make up for lost time. Cadillac Representative Phil Potvin is suggesting to extend school days instead of adding additional days to the school calendar. APS has already had 4 snow days this year. However, the administration says they plan to stick to the state's original makeup plan.
I think that flexibility to add minutes is meaningful under certain circumstances, but we want to provide as much solid and quality educational time as we can. And if you lose days, you like to put days back on the calendar.
Last year, Governor Snyder signed a one-time bill that allowed districts in the state to add additional time to their school days. As a result, 17 districts made their school days longer, while 30 districts decided to extend their school year. 2 state representatives are partnering up this month for this year's annual snowmobile tour. Representative Frank Foster and Peter Patalia will host lawmakers from other parties of the state in the 2-day tour highlighting northern Michigan snowmobile trails February 7th and 8th. During the tour, the representatives will highlight the pure Michigan recreational opportunities available during the winter season.
Winter is a tourism industry in Michigan, and it is a way of capturing tourism dollars, which sometimes we lose because the weather isn't conclusive to what we like to do in the wintertime. Our ski slopes are benefiting by a great winter this year. Ice fishing tournaments are doing very well. The ice fishing's been good, and snowmobiling is at its peak this year.
The tour will begin in Petoskey and include stops in Indian River, Sheboygan, Mackinac City, St. Ignace, Mackinac Island, Pellston, and Allenton. More than a dozen state legislators alongside several state employees are expected to be at the event. Patalia hopes to host 2 more snowmobile tours this season. When WBKB Early Morning returns, Mike Colleen from Hoops for Hope is here to talk about the event as the first game tips off tonight. Welcome back. I'm Ashley Reed. I'm joined this morning by Mike Colleen, part of the events committee of Hoops for Hope. And Mike, I know you're one of the ones who actually came up with this whole idea. So kind of tell me about how this Hoops for Hope event got started.
Well, I mean, this has become really a bigger national campaign type thing. You see it a lot of time in October with breast cancer awareness. You see the NFL players wearing pink and so forth. And it's becoming bigger in the basketball arena also. So years ago, I was doing some coaching at Alpena High School, and we went to Gaylord and they had an event, and in talking it over with my wife and my daughter, and I got connected with Bobby Allen, the ACC coach. We did some fundraising to buy some pink uniforms that the girls wear for the games, both at the high school and the college.
I like these.
Which is really cool, and the ladies that get really excited. It's just a little different, a little special event. So that's what brought the event sort of to Alpena. Of course, at that time, it takes a lot of good people to do great things, and so I contacted Ann Diamond at Alpena Regional Medical Center, and we got a committee together consisting of their community outreach committee with Kathy Garrett, Joyce McCoy from Alpena Public Schools, Stacy Croninger, their marketing person, and here we are in our 4th year, and we've already made over $23,000 towards the mammography subsidy fund at ARMC. Okay,
yeah, that's what I was going to go into next. I know we're sitting here talking about the games, but I don't know if everyone even knows what the cause is for all of these games. So go into a little bit more about this cause and why you think it's so important here in the community in Alpena.
Well, as mentioned, I mean, the mammography subsidy fund was established years ago at ARMC to sort of help pay for mammograms or breast screenings for underinsured or uninsured women here in northeastern Michigan. So far over the time frame that it's been together, nearly 2,000 people have been able to utilize the services, and in some cases they found some abnormalities that have maybe been the early stages of cancer. And these are some uninsured or underinsured people out there who, I mean, these services can really help. So 100% of all the money raised through t-shirt sales, through raffles at the games and stuff like that, stays right here locally to help our community members, which is really another neat aspect of the event.
Okay, and you mentioned the t-shirts. Where are the t-shirts for sale, and what else? I know, aren't there wristbands that are for sale as well?
Yeah, they have some Hoops for Hope wristbands. They're at Alpena High School, the Campus Closet, Alpena Regional Medical Center. You can buy them there at the ACC bookstore. T-shirts are $10, and like I say, 100% of the money goes towards the fund that we're raising money for. So we'll be selling them at the games. You can buy them in advance. It's really just a week and a half long activity here in Alpena that we're hoping for great community support.
Okay, and is there a cost to get into the games?
Yeah, there still is a regular cost to get into the games at the college and the high school, and they're both different, so I don't want to quote them because I don't want to get them wrong.
Right.
But a lot of other events also. We got some raffles, some bake sales, some halftime activities that some of the groups are doing. As a number of our student groups are also involved, which is really nice. At the high school, the marketing committee, Rachel and Taylor Coninger, along with Maggie Fluharty. And then at the college, the student nurses, along with the student leadership, got some great events planned as well.
Perfect. And then the games, the first game's tonight, so everyone can come out to that if they want. And then when are the next two games?
First game tonight at the College Park Arena, 5:30 for the men, 7:30 for the women. At Alpena High School, Monday, February 10th, the boys, and Valentine's Day, Friday, February 14th, the AHS girls taking on Cadillac.
Okay, so perfect. Not just pinks for this, but pink for Valentine's Day as well, right?
Yes, it could be a great date night for people.
Okay, so tonight, men's game, 5:30, and then women's game following that at 7:30?
Correct.
All right, anything else that you want to add? Or?
Not at all. Just want to thank everybody over the last 3 years making it such a great event, and looking forward to tonight and the future years.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. So if you don't have plans, make sure you come out to the game tonight. Men's game at 5:30, I'm sorry, and then men's game following at 7:30. Sports is next with Shannon McGrattan. She'll let you know how the Hillman Tigers did last night against Hale, plus show you which Street Cat was named Forward of the Week for the second time this season. Stay right here on WBKB for all that and more as the news continues.
The Hillman boys basketball team has lost only once this season, meaning if the Tigers won last night, they'd be one game away from clinching first place in the North Star League. But first, the Hillman boys honored their parents. Now switching to the game, 30 seconds in, Dylan Ross dropping it like it's hot. Midway through the first, however, Hale's Josh Smith gets his own rebound. Eagles down 6. Last 2 minutes of quarter one, Ty Jones driving this one in from half court before Eagles' Kelby Shrivier finishes on the board. Mason Van Pamel heating up in the final minute of the quarter, helping Hillman top Hale 71-35 last night. The Tigers are now one win away from clinching the North Star League. Like Hillman, the boys of Alpena are looking to continue their winning streak last night at home. Picking it up in the third quarter, Andy Marreed with the steal. He ends with 22. TC West down 10, 2 minutes later, Alex Scott middle splitting his way into the deuce. But as the clock winds down in the third, Caleb Smith backhands this ball. He gets fired up. Wildcats on top 15. Theo Lukuas working hard in the paint. However, it was all felines in the fourth. Cody Tucker finishing with the left. 72-55 Alpena was the final. Other North Star teams in action, Alcona visiting Posen. End of the first quarter, John Zabornier going in for the score. Vikes up 1. Second quarter, Jesse Schramm doing work in the paint, giving Alcona the second quarter lead. Austin Sharp stepping outside the line for this basket, making it 18-14 Posen with 6 left in the half. Garrett Norland getting the steal and making the dose. Tigers get the win, 62-50. West on N32, Atlanta topped Oscoda 41-36. Taylor Jurgens led the Huskies with 15, while the Cardinals flew over Fairview last night. Jose Rodriguez had 19 in the 61-50 final. Wrapping up boys action in Lake City, the Thunderbolts improved to 11-1 this season, winning 53-35 last night. In girls hoops, Rogers City's Courtney Strike had 16 in the Hurons' 55-31 win over the Wolverines. Posen clinched first in the North Star League last night, beating Fairview 62-43. Corinne Hinska had 34. Alcona continues its hot streak last night in Tawas. Tori Harmon led all scorers with 17 in the Tigers' 70-55 final over the Braves. In Pinconning, Oscoda fell 54-37. And in Ski Valley action, Joburg lost 41-31 to Bel Air. Madison Showerman had 12, while Onaway's Erica Price finished with 18 in the Cards' 52-31 win in Mansalona. Tonight, actually, in the NCAA, Michigan will take on Nebraska at home after falling in its first conference game over the weekend and also snapping its 10-game winning streak against Indiana. The Wolverines are now 16-5 overall and looking for sole custody of first in the Big Ten once again. Michigan has had 2 days of practice to prepare for the home game and are looking to get back on the winning track tonight.
You just try and avoid it. You just try and get ready for the next game and do the best you can and forget about the past, forget about the next day, concentrate on that game and try to get that W because that's the only thing you can control.
2 weeks ago, the Alpena Street Cats were down 2 assistant coaches. However, before the deadline Thursday night, head coach Igor Myaskovsky hired Stephen Bailey as his new assistant coach, allowing the team to compete this past weekend against the Berkeley Bruins, a team the Street Cats have now swept 2 times. Yesterday, the Midwest Junior Hockey League honored one of Alpena's own as Forward of the Week for the second time this season. Pavel Bakarov, otherwise known as Thousand Hands on the Ice, has tallied 19 points in his last 4 games against the Bruins, while averaging better than 2 points per game, placing him in 3rd in league scoring. Bakarov and the rest of the Street Cats have this weekend off, but will play the Blaze next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that's it for your morning sports. Ashley, back to you.
Thanks, Shannon. For a look at what we can expect outside today, let's turn it back over to meteorologist Adam Claiborne. Adam?
Okay, Ashley, even though we do have a large system that is just off to our south, for all intents and purposes, it will be another quiet day across northeast Michigan. Current temperatures, they are actually on the warmer side. 15 degrees in Alpena, 23 in Tawas City, while sitting at 15 down in Gaylord. And taking a look at temperatures across the rest of the nation, 2 back into Bismarck. That's where the core of the cold air is, back into the northern plains. 4 into Minneapolis. You can see how things really begin to moderate, though, as you head towards the east. 23 in Chicago and 15 here in Alpena. And there's a little cold front down here into Mississippi, and then it kind of just curves back over into Georgia, and that's actually because of the air really being wedged in by the Appalachian Mountains, and that's what they are seeing down there currently. But some ice and snow as you go farther south into Ohio, Kentucky, and also in Indiana. But for us, maybe some light flurries in our southern locations as this system does push off towards the east. Not going to be expecting much accumulations, should not see any of those. But we will be dealing with the clouds, and we will see the clouds through most of the day. Let's go ahead and look at our current winds, mostly coming from the northeast, 7 miles per hour here into Houghton Lake, sitting at 9 in Oscoda. A calm wind here in Alpena. Winds won't be that large of a factor, so wind chills aren't going to be that bad as well. At 13 currently in Oscoda, sitting at 5 in Gaylord, and mostly teens as you go farther south in lower Michigan. But for today, we're going to be expecting, it's going to be a cloudy start for us, and then we'll see those light flurries start to move in, especially in our northern locations throughout the afternoon, and maybe even some more tonight. But temperatures will start to drop back off as that disturbance pushes off to the east and drags some cooler air down from Canada towards us. But hey, it will be already towards the east coast by later on during the afternoon, and we will really start to dry out, but still are going to be dealing with the clouds, so it's not going to be a sunny afternoon. And as we take a look at Futurecast, this system continues to push off towards the east. You can see how things really start to end off by late afternoon with our snow, but still going to be dealing with the clouds, and it will be another cool night for us. And then also by the weekend, that's when we'll be looking out for our next chance of accumulating snowfall. But for today, we'll get up to a high of 19 degrees, 4 degrees by tonight, and we'll see that we'll have a slight chance of flurries, west winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Even cooler on Thursday with a high of 16 in Alpena. But look at how the snow starts to reappear in our forecast, and highs also back in the 20s by Sunday. We'll have a chance of accumulating snow on Sunday, and we'll start to see lows still in the single digits.
Thank you, Adam. Well, coming up next on WBKB Early Morning, another winter storm is causing problems this morning for millions of Americans across the country. Good morning and welcome back. I'm Ashley Reed. In national news, a mix of snow, sleet, and freezing rain is causing problems this morning for millions of Americans from Plains states to New England. CBS's Co-Im has the details from New York.
Snow fell through the night in Kansas City, Missouri. The roads need work before the morning commute.
What we'd like to do is spread it out so that we can keep trucks on the road, so that we have a little additional time to work on the arterials.
This is the second major winter storm this week alone. This man is still trying to clear out the snow that fell at his mother's Gary, Indiana home during round 1.
I swear to God, I'm tired of this.
At least 12 states say they're running out of salt for roads. That's made for some treacherous driving conditions. There are also problems at airports. This Southwest Airlines plane slid into a snow embankment in Kansas City before being towed to its gate. There are snow showers overnight in New York, but forecasters say the biggest concern here is ice. As much as a ½ inch could accumulate in the city. Ice fell off this Midtown Manhattan skyscraper yesterday. It was left over from Monday's snowstorm.
We've had this ridiculous run of storms the last few weeks. It'd be nice if this would be the end of them.
But more snow could be coming this weekend.
Certainly the potential is there for a big nor'easter Sunday into Monday. Highest chance of that happening would be in New England, but it also still could be a miss.
For now, people from the Midwest to the Northeast are just trying to get through this one. Co-Em for CBS News, New York.
More than 1,600 flights were grounded yesterday, and the cancellations are already piling up today. Now we're going to take one last look at weather. Adam?
Okay, thank you, Ashley. Again, 15 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. North winds are at 6 miles per hour. It takes our real field temperature just a smidge down to 22 degrees, actually. It's actually feeling a little warmer. But let's go ahead and take a look at our satellite and radar. You can see big player the big game in the field is this one right here, and this will continue to push its way on towards the east. Not going to be seeing much of that snowfall, maybe a few flurries in our southern locations, but most of the heavier precipitation is down in Indiana and also down in Ohio. We'll continue to deal with the clouds though, and cooler air will start to filter in behind that, and that will affect us tomorrow. Today, we're already starting to see some of that cooler air, a high of only 19 degrees, maybe some flurries during the afternoon and late tomorrow or late tonight. But even as we head into tonight's forecast, temperatures will be dropping off in the single digits. We'll be at 4 degrees. Tomorrow, that's when we'll see even cooler temps. Highs, they will be in the middle teens. And we won't see a good chance of accumulating snow not until this weekend on Sunday.
All right, thank you, Adam. Well, be sure to tune in tonight for WBKB 11 News at 6 for updates in news, sports, and weather. Felina Jones and Lindsay Idaluca will have the latest in local news. Meteorologist Adam Claiborne will have the weather, and Shannon McGrath will have updates from the world of sports. Also, don't forget you can read more about our broadcast stories and get the scoop on other news items online. Just visit WBKB11.com for sports, weather, and news updates anytime, day or night. Or add us on Facebook at facebook.com/WBKBTV. That's all we have for you today on WBKB Early Morning. Thanks for watching. Good Morning America is up next.